A little bit better one, Al. Come here. You know, when you're looking at smallmouth bass, one thing that's really, really critical is understanding the strike zone of these particular fish. And they're really super moody. I mean, right now, the water temperature is pretty cool and it's in spring. And I caught this fish on a hair jig. But there's a wide range of different baits that you could potentially use for these fish depending on their mood. Boy, that's a fat little guy. Look at him. We'll get her back in the water. We fish for smallmouth bass from ice out in spring to freeze over in fall and anywhere in between. Realistically, there's a wide variety of environmental factors that can determine the size of a fish's strike zone. Strike zone is the distance at which a bass, or any fish for that matter, is willing to move and strike a bait. Whoop, there he is, see him? Oh, there he is, look at that. Great big one too, ooh. Water clarity is a big one. In dark water with limited visibility, strike zones shrink. Fish in dark water tend to hug the bottom and often hold tight to cover. In clear water, the increase in vision dramatically opens the distance at which a fish can see and is willing to run down food or your lure.
Oh yeah, look at him!
Water temperature accordingly. In cold water, strike zones tend to shrink. Warm water, strike zones increase. The abundance and type of forage can increase or decrease the strike zone as well. Fish feeding on minnows are often more willing to move far and fast to feed, while fish tuned in on eating bugs will simply not move that far or fast. Most anglers know that weather can have a dramatic influence on fish feeding patterns. In general, stable warming trends tend to increase strike zone size, while an intense cold front can shrink the strike zone to nothing. Good anglers experiment with size, speed, color, action of baits to match the fish's present feeding mood.
Oh, in that piece of wood, Jim. This is a good fish, Jim.
I may have to cast back.
No, it's a big
back
brown.
there, big one. Yeah.
Oh boy, she's a good one. Woo! Oh, does that feel good? Oh, does that feel good? Baby sucked on that tube, man. Boy, she a fatso, Jim. Oh man, look at this. She's a mule, absolute mule. Wow. When you see this, babe. Oh, look at that fish. You know, every year we come here and do this, we always got to make some kind of an adjustment. Boy, is that fish a big one, huh? To local weather and water conditions. One year you come, the water is crystal clear. This year, as an example, it's very dirty, very high. Reaction baits like a jerk bait that works so good when the water is crystal clear, we hardly get a bite on it. We really got to slow down now with the tube, the grub, and a hair jig. That's what's working. You're always making adjustment. It takes you usually a half a day to figure everything out.